Hello there, I'm Will Morrissey, and I'm here to give you the Ledyard Real Estate Market Report for June of 2022, as Bridget is out on the road helping somebody sell a home, as she so often does. So let me get right into it. We're generally, what we do is we look at her website, and we can find all the homes that are for sale if you put in bridgetmorrissey.com and load up Ledyard in the search bar. Or you can go directly to bmre.us/06339 for the list. But let's get into the what happened in the month of May in Ledyard. There were 3 two-bedroom homes sold, and they averaged about $252,000 apiece. There were 18 three-bedroom homes sold for an average of about $327,000, and 7 four-bedroom homes sold for an average of $395,000. But look at the days on the market. 20 of them were on the market for less than 30 days, and 7 for 31 to 60 days. And normally a good market, we're looking at anywhere from 30 to 45 days. So things are still happening pretty quickly, but it's slowing down just a little bit. And if you look at the financing, there was 1 cash sale last month, but there were 12 conventional fixed and upwards of 7 VA loans because we have such a high population of military in the area. That's to be expected. So let's check out the median sales price. All of these points on the graphs that I'm going to show you represent a full year. They look back over 12 months. And we start off in January 2021, so we're really looking at the year of 2020. So let me zoom in a little bit on that for you. And you're looking at about a $260,000 median sales price for the year in 2020. And you can see that it just kept going up and up and up. And when we get to the end of the year in 2021, we were looking at about $300,000. So it was better than a 10% increase in home equity in the median sales prices that were going on. So let's try new listings. Now, the number of new listings really shot up with the pandemic. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're looking at about a half a year before we had any significant drop-off. And then it still went up for year end of 2021. Let me zoom in a little bit on that for you so we can see it a little easier. Again, we started with a look back of a year from January 1st of 2021. So the year, the new listings, they were about 292, 293 for the year of 2020. And we were up close to 350 for the year for 2021. But you can see that's dropped off quite a bit. Now, that's not to say that the market is bad. The market is still very hot. It's just that there's not a lot of new listings out there. And with the supply going down, the prices continue to go up. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The number of homes for sale, let's check that out. You can see at the beginning of 2021, it went down pretty quickly. People were afraid at the beginning of the pandemic, to put their homes on the market. But then as people started realizing that they didn't have to go to work to be at work, that they could work from home, a lot of people started looking, and people started realizing, oh, maybe it is a good time to sell my home. So you can see that there was a sharp increase after about 3 or 4 months going into 2021. And so we started with the number of homes for sale in Ledyard. Looking back over 2020, we were about 57, it looks like. We peaked at about 53 for the end of 2021. But the market has been tight lately. There are not as many homes for sale coming into the year. So let's take a look at the number of pending sales that are coming up. Again, it bounced around a little bit, and if let me point this out to you. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, each data point is 12 months of activity, and data is from today, June 21st. So all of these graphs that I'm showing you are up-to-date graphs. And so if we look at the pending sales for the whole year, looking back 12 months at 2020, we were just under 295. It looks like 294 pending sales. And then that went up for the first 3 months of 2021 to almost 310. We were about 308, I believe it was. And then about halfway through the year, it slumped down to 291. And then it picked back up again through the summer of 2021, right through the end of the year. We're back up to 305 if you look back for the whole year, 2021. But looking at the first 5 months of 2022, you can see that we're slumping back down to about 283. So it's not a huge change from 295 looking back over 2020, but it is obvious that there aren't as many homes for sale as there were a couple of years ago. So next I want to show you to the closed home numbers. All right, the number of closed sales has been bouncing all over the place, as you can see by the graph here. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see this a little better. But again, the number of closed sales for 2020, we were looking at about 293. It dropped off to 285 after the first couple of months of 2021. And then it started rising pretty steadily through the summer, and then all of a sudden it dropped off and then came back again for the end of the year. So starting off looking at 2020, looking at 293 homes that were closed over the year, you look at 2021 and we're up to 300. So the homes were selling briskly throughout 2021, but the number of closed sales has kind of dropped off a little bit through April, but it picked back up in May. So I think that's partly because there were a few more homes for sale on the market. But let's check a interesting stat: the median days on the market. Obviously, with the demand for people wanting to work from home rather than go into work in 2021, you could see that the median days on the market dropped off significantly. Let me zoom in a little bit on that for you. We're looking at about 25 days on the market, which was good. 2020 was a good year. And it was about 25 days on the market, but you can look at the last 12 months, and we're pretty close to 8 or 9 days for median days on the market, and that's a pretty rapid sales pace. If you put your house on the market, chances were very good that you were selling it in 2021 and early 2022. Now, those are yearly trends, but let's take a look at the monthly report for Ledyard, and we'll do a comparison of the month of May for 2021 to the month of May for 2022, and then on the right we'll do a comparison of January through May for both years. So if we look at May 2021, the new listings were 38 and they dropped down to 25 for this past May. So that was a 34% downward change. The pending sales went up, and so did the closed sales. Again, as the market got tight, sales were happening more rapidly. I want to explain the difference between the median sales price and the average sales price. The median sales price is when you start with a low price and the high price, and then you go back to the next lowest, and then you go up to the next highest, and you go back and forth until you get to the middle, and that's the median. That's a little different because if you have, a few $1 million sales, it's going to really affect that. If you take the average, if you have 10 homes for sale, you're going to have a lot more homes that are selling in the $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 range than you are in the larger range, and the average sales price is going to be more indicative of what's going on. But we take a look at both so that you can understand where we are. Actually, it was pretty close in 2022 between the median and the average sales price. But you can see in 2021 we were at 277,000 and we were up to 330,000 for a median price, which was an 18%, almost 19% increase. And the average sales price was up 13%. Went from almost 295,000 up to 333,000, almost 334,000. If we look at the year to date on the right, you're looking at January through May of 2021, we had 160 new listings, and this year we only had 114. So the percent change there was down to almost 29%. Again, there's just not as many homes on the market as there were a year or 2 years ago. The new listings, you can see that's dropped off by 10%. The closed sales, it's pretty close. Went from 93 last year to 89 this year. But the days on the market, again, dropped. Went from 40 for the first 5 months of last year down to 28 this year. Now that's taking into account all the homes for sale in Ledyard. And again, the average sales price is up, and so is the median sales price. So that's the report for single-family homes. There are some condos in Ledyard, so let's take a look at that. Again, we'll compare May of 2021 to May of 2022, and then we'll compare the year-to-date for both years. New listings, we're up 1 over last year. Pending sales, we're up 1. Closed sales, we're up 1. Now this is, again, for condos. There's not a lot of them in Ledyard, but there are some. So, it's interesting to note where we are right there. Again, days on market until the sale. I mean, that was, from 19 down to 4. So it's pretty quick. But take a look at the median sales prices staying pretty close for the month of May compared to last year. And it's kind of, the average sales price has dropped a little bit. But when you look at year to date, both of the numbers are up. So if you've got a condo for sale, or if you're looking for a condo, you've got an idea of what the market is holding steady at. So not too bad. Again, I'm just standing in for Bridget because she's out busy with clients selling homes. She's doing a very good job of that. It's been a busy market for the last couple of years. If you have a question, you can give her a call at 860-857-5165, or you can email her at bridgetamorrissey@gmail.com. Again, that website, bridgetmorrissey.com, if you want to just plug in some parameters of what you're looking for, you'll be able to get a list of the homes for sale. I hope this was good information for you. If you need more, you can give Bridget a call or you can text her. Again, the number is 860-857-5165. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.